You're listening to the Incomparables Total Party Kill podcast, in which a group of friends play Dungeons & Dragons on the internet for your amusement. This is episode number 449, recorded March 2023, posted May 2024. Sparkling Despair.
Welcome back to Total Party Kill. It's me, Tony Sindelar, your dungeon master. I use he, him pronouns. Today, we are continuing our Dog and Pony Curse of Strahd adventures. That's right. They're still in Barovia. Yep, still in Barovia, specifically in Castle Ravenloft. But before I get too carried away, let's introduce our players. They will introduce their characters, and then we'll have a recap. First up in the YouTube window, and first in our hearts, it's Jane Rett.
Hi, Tony. I play Lina du Lina, the human rogue. We both use she, her pronouns.
Next up, he should really be at the bottom, but he's put himself there. It's Dan Morin.
I am where I am. I play Castan Onatar's Crucible, a Warforged cleric of the god Onatar, who uses they, them pronouns. I use he, him pronouns.
Next up, it's Aline Sims.
I have no idea what I'm doing anymore. Hi. I play Imra Soliana, the Wood Elf Ranger, who has an amazing dog, Andrew Knight. She's a very good watchdog. We all use she, her pronouns.
Also joining us, Erica Ensign.
Hello, I play Bruldish, the Dwarven Paladin. Her pronouns, like mine, are she, her. And Bruldish has a lovely celestial pony named Pony Cindelarant. Yep, that's right, Tony. Reminder, that pony is named Pony Cindelarant. And Pony's pronouns are he, him.
You know, I think every time I forget that that's Pony's name.
I know you do, and it makes me happy.
It's like a key part of me coming back each month.
Welcome.
Like my brain just rejects that information. It's like, that's not going to help.
These guys. These dumbos.
Yeah.
Yep.
And last but not least, it's Micah Sargent. Hi, Micah.
Hi.
And moving on.
Do you want me to do more?
Your character?
I just wanted to see what was going to happen. Yes, I play chaotic. Anyway, I play Elavor Landman, the half-elf druid, and he and I both use he/him pronouns, as well as the very awesome Samus, the saber-toothed tiger. She mostly uses she/her pronouns whenever I do communicate with her, and also Danu, the mimic octopus that is a fey creature who does not have any preferences for pronouns.
Mm-hmm. All right. So what has been happening on our adventures, Q-Dan?
Previously on Total Party Kill, Dog and Pony Show, Curse of Strahd.
Elavor used Create Bonfire to burn the corners of the closed drawbridge, so it detached from the chains holding it up to Castle Ravenloft. Elavor then became Radivor and scurried through the closed portcullis. Between Elavor using the magic switch for half of the portcullis and Crucible trying to manually lift it, we got it opened enough to duck through. We then scampered to our secret hinged stone door, discovered that nobody else had been in that hallway, and we went down the stairs back into the Hall of Bones. At that point, Elavor started a trend of digging for toys in bone piles. While that happened, Lina opened a door to find a hall of mist and a fellow sweeping it. Elavor struck up a conversation, as he does, and we all gathered in the bone room to chat.
So I think we pick up where we left off. You are in the bone room. You have, I guess, led, been followed by, escorted, or joined by a character. I believe he introduced himself last name. His name is Cyrus. You've got the image of him up on Roll20 there. Cyrus is a very strange looking creature. He seems to have identified himself as basically a servant in Castle Ravenloft, and he was sweeping and kind of walking around a dark hallway with a lamp while he swept in the mist. But he's a rather strange looking creature. He's got one of his feet is, I think this is what catches my attention right away. One of his feet is, there's really no way to describe it other than duck-like. I should specify, sorry. His foot is like the foot of a duck. His foot is not like a duck. That would be very inconvenient.
Does it squeeze like quack when he walks?
No, his foot is like, he is an orangey scaled, webbed foot. That foot is not wearing a shoe. I suppose he has been limited in what his options are for shoe options. And Cyrus has kind of a strange looking face. One of his ears is distinctively kind of feline looking on one side of his face, and a very kind of, it's shaggy complexion. Unclear if it's a beard or something else is going on, and his arms look very kind of beast-like. He's kind of garbed in a very strange assortment of rags. He's got kind of a belt with a bunch of little pouches and knickknacks on it, and he's got a strange kind of assortment of, like, he's got a big heavy key and a weird looking medallion around his around his neck, and a backpack full of who knows what kind of junk on his back, in addition to his lamp and his broom that he's carrying around. And I believe after a short conversation with Elavor, he has joined you in the Hall of Bones. I'll remind you, the Hall of Bones is this very strange chamber in the basement of Ravenloft, where the bones are really central in the name. They're very central in the decor. Stacks of skulls, all kinds of weird, kind of poorly hodgepodge together skeletal art on the wall. And this is where you previously retrieved the skull of Argynvost and returned it to Argynvost Holt. The skull was kind of the centerpiece that is here no longer. So it's all of you and Cyrus.
Take it away, Elavor.
I assume that you have a plan.
Oh,
no. We were just kind of getting
How many years have we been doing
information.
this? Why would you say
had a
that
month.
about us?
We have not played in a month. You had 30 days to come up with a plan.
And we all got together and we talked about it and we said, you know what?
The best plan is no plan.
Let's go in without no plan. No.
Yeah.
All I remember is we were gathering.
Dan plays in another game that I run that is not for a podcast. Sorry, I do occasionally run things not for a podcast. Frequently, it's to test out things that will later be on a podcast. And that game has somebody who is very into D&D and sends the group, I don't get them as the dungeon master, he sends the players lengthy tactical emails, which as far as I can tell, the other players do not read.
That seems like an Erica thing.
The other players do not read them, and it is hilarious because
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Jane knows
and
who
that
Wait,
tracks.
they don't
pretty
read
obvious.
them? That's so mean.
Oh no, we read them. We just don't respond to them.
Oh, okay.
you also
Don't act
at
on them.
least some. Also, your wife doesn't read them,
Yeah, that's true.
so yeah.
Admitted.
Yeah.
Well, they have an infant.
Yeah, but no, I mean, so this player would be like, okay, we're going to go with alternate plan C. And everybody else will like nod their heads and then something random will happen because no one read the email. Anyway, I'm just saying.
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
see,
that
if I
sounds
sent
really
it,
cool.
I'm guessing at
If
least
Erica
half of
sent
you.
it, people
At least
would read
half
it.
of you would read it.
Well, but you would parse it into like very digestible bullet points.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, freaking
Plans are
bullet
not
points all the way.
Plans are not everything,
Yeah.
is what I'm saying.
Good
Well,
grief.
as far
I
as I
apologize.
remember, we planned on getting in any information we could from our friend here.
Via
and-
conversation.
Via conversation. You know what? We should ask. Can someone remind me what the little guy said about? I think it was Piddlewick said about where we were supposed to go to find a special treasure trove, because maybe this guy,
The
would have
original,
more-
the actual
the
Piddlewick.
actual Piddlewick,
the ghost
ghost.
of Piddlewick,
Yeah.
as opposed to the horrible wooden avatar Piddlewick. too.
Correct.
Yeah.
I know that he said I think he said crypts, and he pointed down into the basement. Tony, maybe it was more specific than that, but
Oh gosh,
I think it
don't
was
remember.
in his grave.
but yeah, it was definitely wherever he was interred,
Oh,
wherever
okay.
he was buried. So
I now know Thank you.
Yeah. And also, I think we're looking for the wine cellar.
Yes,
Correct.
that's a good yes.
So,
Okay, so
uh,
wine cellars and potentially the crypt. Okay, so
Cyrus looks around at all of you. And I guess
Bruldish
even like
smiles.
all of you, because Aragal and Vasilica and everyone is here. Everyone's here. Oh, so
Even
many of you new visitors to the Master's Castle. So exciting.
Yes,
It's a neat castle.
Yes, it is. It is very fine.
Lina
It's
shoots
very
you a
exciting.
weird look, like, okay.
we're all
mean-
very excited here.
It is a pretty neat castle. It's weird, but Bruldish takes it.
So many halls to sweep for Cyrus.
Exactly.
Cyrus must,
Yeah,
must keep it tidy.
I have a feeling that you have been to a lot of places in this castle, keeping the place nice and clean.
Yes, Cyrus knows that castle very well. Perhaps
you
the
know,
best.
That's good to hear. You know, I have to tell you, one time I sat down in a chair and it gave me the ability to learn the entirety of a building. And it was like,
All
I just
chairs?
knew.
Or just one
Well,
chair?
it was one specific chair, and it was really cool. Like, you feel a little powerful when you know where everything is. And I think, Cyrus, you seem like a pretty powerful guy.
Yes, you are wise. You see that Cyrus is the seat of knowledge.
Oh, I love it. That was a pun. That was very good.
Yes. Chairman
The
Cyrus.
seat.
They will call him someday.
Bruldish is thinking it over. She still doesn't quite get it.
Imra's
And I
stepping
feel
back.
like Imra and Lina are standing in the back looking so uncomfortable.
Crucible just nodding.
Standing on the other side of the Hall
thoughtfully.
of Bones next to
Yes.
a pile of skulls, tapping their feet anxiously.
And Elavor says, so there is one room that we were really interested in checking out. It's kind of important. I think the master.
Yes, the master. Cyrus knows the master. Cyrus will be the master's favorite now. Things are not so good for Rahadin. He looks in the direction where no one has cleared away, including you, Rahadin's corpse that is just lying in the corner of the Hall of Bones. And Cyrus kind of giggles to himself, looking at the I guess at this point, week old corpse of Rahadin. Cyrus knows everything.
Yes. So I think that we would really like to check out the wine cellar, because I know there are some celebrations that are going to be coming up. And we thought, I mean, I know a thing or two about wine, but really this one, and I point at Lina and I say, she knows a lot about wine. I think that
Yes.
she'd be able to pick out a nice, beautiful vintage with a great bloom for the big guy upstairs.
Lina
Yes.
nods curtly. Her only nods.
Lina du Lina, sommelier.
Yes. The wine cellar is just down the hall, east of here, but no one has been there in many years. I don't know if there's anything left. I think all tapped out.
Oh, very good. I get it. Oh man.
Is it through the misty hallway?
Yes. At the
In
end of
there?
the hall.
When's the last time that someone who wasn't you walked through that hallway?
Other servants come and go. It's perfectly safe. Don't mind the mist. You wouldn't want to miss out on the opportunity.
I'm gonna roll insight.
I love this guy.
Don't mind the mist. It's like don't mind the mess that someone hangs in their home.
Okay, that's
Oh,
25.
yeah.
Does he think that this mist is going to harm us?
Let me just make sure let me remind myself of how toxic the mist is.
Of how toxic?
I just say things.
On a
say
scale
things.
of
You
1
don't
to
need-
10.
Yeah. Let's see. It's just cold. It's harmless, or at least Cyrus believes so.
Okay, so I give everyone again a curt nod.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Lina actually probably does prop the door open and does a scan of walls, floors,
Sure.
ceiling.
So just, there is this weird unlit wide corridor beyond the Hall of Bones. Several doorways to the north, at least one to the south. You can see a set of stairs at the very end, also leading to the north, and kind of a weird gate or something at the end of the hallway. it's gloomy and like, why is there fog inside? That doesn't seem right. But
Bruldish is going to ask, why is there mist inside?
Cyrus does not know why there is fog here. I suppose the master deems it so, and so there is fog.
It's pretty atmospheric.
Yes.
And with that in mind, I mean, Lina isn't going to miss the chance to not illuminate her sword in a dark, misty hallway, like obviously. I mean, I don't know. Do we want to check it out while we continue to talk, or do we want to?
I think that's a great idea.
So
and the master sent you here. Are you
we
lost? You're a new guest, right?
Yeah, the master brought us to the castle.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
And I think that, given that there are some celebrations coming up, we do want to see if we can. I know you said it's probably empty, but just in case there's a bottle of wine hanging around somewhere, I often hide my best bottles, behind the ones that are all
behind
empty
some
and
mist.
broken.
Elavor, have you not
And
been
some
sharing your wine with the rest of it?
I plead the fifth, which is a thing
I
that
don't know
we
what
say
that
where
is.
I'm from when we don't want to tell you the truth.
What happened the
about
first
something.
through fourth?
Druids are mysterious indeed.
You wouldn't understand. It's druidic.
Is the fifth a kind of tree?
Perhaps it is.
I plead the birch.
I plead the fifth. So what it really means is I plead the fifth acorn.
Oh, okay.
And that's because when druids are young, we are tasked with several tests, and one of those tests is it's like a multiple choice test, right? And you decide which answer you choose based on which acorn you select. And the first four acorns are like A acorn, B acorn, C acorn, D acorn.
Druid Scantron.
Exactly. If you plead the fifth, if you ask for the fifth acorn, then you're kind of given clemency to pass.
It's
that.
the I have no idea.
It's my way.
It's the I have no idea what's going on acorn.
Exactly.
It's the acorn of self-incrimination.
I had no idea that the druid culture was so standardized.
You wouldn't think it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
So
so
we got where you
What is happening? What are we doing?
Cyrus says, "I will lead the way and help you keep your spirits up. Just this way, straight down the hall, through the mist.
Excellent.
He's my
Or
favorite.
prefer to think of it as fog, whichever you prefer.
I'm getting in
Sometimes-
line. I'm following.
Sometimes think of it as mist, sometimes think of it as fog. These are the larders and other offices for the servants of the master. Cyrus lives down here.
Bruldish, you can't be poisoned, right? Or you're like good at not being poisoned. Just asking,
I have
Yeah.
Just a friendly question that friends ask each other.
You can't be poisoned, right?
I'm
Yeah.
resistant.
I'm
I'm
also
resistant to
resistant to poison.
But I'm immune to disease.
Samesies.
Oh my god, it sounds like we have two great people to walk into this
Yep.
hallway.
And I'm on a pony.
One does not simply walk into
The
a
pony
hallway.
is not resistant to poison.
No, but the pony can just, head home and then come back because I have that spell.
What is life? All right, you head in. It is, it's cold and the air is wet and, it's not pleasant, but it does not have any ill effect.
Does
I
that
guess
song start playing? I can feel it all in the air tonight.
Cyrus hesitates because he's not sure whether he's expected to lead the way or follow you or walk side by side
We
with you.
like
which is a little
gesture
awkward.
to keep him in the middle.
All right, yeah.
We had a lot of practice, gesturing you first when we met Piddlewick 2. So
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, Elavor
All right.
stands in the middle with Cyrus and holds out his hand
All
to
right.
hold his hand and walk
Aw.
with him. La, la,
Cyrus
la, la.
kind of gingerly accepts it. And you realize his hand is very paw-like, and there's kind of a I imagine Cyrus has kind of a weird, slightly asymmetric sound as he walks down the hall with his normal footstep and then the wet slap of his duck foot and then
Amazing.
it's rhythmic.
yeah. All right. I guess there's not much to do other than head down the hall. Cyrus holds up his lantern that casts a little bit of light because apparently they're saving on heating bills or something. There is at the end of this hall, you've passed several doors on your left, one door on your right. You can see there is a flight of stairs heading up. but right past that turn off for the stairs, there's this kind of old iron portcullis, and it does look like there's a large open space beyond, and you see what you are seeking. An image you see in the distance, the shapes kind of looming out of the darkness of barrels.
Barrels!
There's a description of this room, so why don't I read it? Arched frames of stone form a low, wet ceiling over this wine cellar. Great casks line the wall, their bands rusting and the contents long since spilled onto the floor. A few hungry rats make their home here, but upon your arrival, they retreat into the shadows. Squeak, 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 squeak. That's them squeaking and then moving away. That's my rat. Those are my rat Foley effects for you.
Crucible will ask about the portcullis. Is this always kept sealed?
I don't think anyone has been this way in quite some time.
Is it possible to be opened, or is it fallen into disrepair?
Let me just check here.
It couldn't possibly be in disrepair. This castle's so tidy.
Cyrus takes out he's got like a ring of keys, and he's kind of fiddling with it, trying to find a key. He's like,
Lina's trying so hard not to steal those keys.
trying.
How could you tell?
Just a couple minutes. I think I have the key for this, but I'm not sure.
Take your time. We'll just look around
Okay.
a little bit.
Looking at the Lina, you glance at the locking mechanism. Just, I think that's probably one of the things you do. It looks super rusted, and you think probably not functional. So even if Cyrus has a key, this portcullis may have long since rusted shut.
Do we have anything that we
Can
need
you
to
just
use
hit it?
for?
Can we see if there's...
It seems to be. I mean, this is kind of like a
Can't
metal
hurt.
gate that would go up and down.
Mhm.
A lot of portcullises can just be lifted. It's
And can we
inconvenient
see-
and loud, but
Is
yeah.
there another way in, or are there walls to the north and south?
Do you want to
Yeah,
go
I'll-
right up
So
to the?
I'll sort of peek
yeah,
in.
absolutely.
Crucible will pop up and sort of.
Okay,
All right,
yeah.
I'll just reveal the whole room to you. I figure if you place your little heads against the bars there.
That was my
it
Foley
does-
of head movement.
It does not look like there is any obvious entrances.
What about
to this
unobvious?
It does not
What
look
about a
like there are any
secret
of
door
those.
within a secret door within a secret door?
Give me a
within a secret
perception check,
latch.
and don't make fun of the Hall of Secret Doors.
I rolled a
Never.
crit on my perception. That's a
Woo!
28.
All right. Well, okay, so that's great. I'm going to tell you that you are looking around, and with a critical crucible, that's amazing. You do see there are some places where there are some pretty good sized cracks in the walls, but there does not seem to be anything in terms of a. It's possible that if you were somewhere else, you could maybe smash through the wall into this space, but there does not seem to be anything else in terms of an intentional designed entrance. I think with a critical, you can tell from where you are that there's kind of 3 sets of casks on the north wall, the eastern wall, and the southern wall. They are all kind of branded with a burnt brand, indicating that these casks originate from the Wizards of Wine winery, and that there are different flavors, or at least there are barrels from them. The casks on the north wall are branded with the Champagne de l'Estape name. They look like they are rotted and empty. The casks
It's not champagne if it's from Barovia.
I was
Just
just say the
sparkling-
Champagne region of Barovia,
Yes.
or
Sparkling despair.
Yeah. The 5 casks on the east side, also rotted and empty. They look like at one point they contained Red Dragon Red Dragon Crush, which honestly, no offense to the good people at Wizards of the Coast trying to come up
Crush?
with a fictional name for a wine. Red Dragon Crush sounds more like a name for a fruit punch.
I was going to say, or a
Yeah.
slushy.
Soda.
I'm picturing
like a
those.
Icy
I'm
or
figuring
like-
those things in the 7-Eleven, right? With the
So
the
we've got
slush currently.
Stomp
like a
and Crush.
Fruitopia. Yeah.
Okay, I see.
And,
There's a theme. There's a theme.
Yeah, and then the southern
Great.
ones are Purple Grape Mash number 3.
Mash. Okay.
Um,
These
I
are
mean,
not.
that's what you do to
These are
grapes
not
to
good
get
wine
wine.
names.
Mash,
Yeah.
Stomp, and Crush.
Um,
But it's Barovia, you guys.
You-
Of course, there's
that's
good wine
like-
names.
is that
Yeah.
the equivalent of Mad Dog? Like what?
Yeah.
What is?
Ooh.
I believe one of all of the wine in Barovia comes from Wizards of Wine Winery. Since their magic seeds were stolen, I'm not making this up. This is a thing that was referenced 100 episodes ago. They've lost the ability to create their basically the finer qualities of wine. So I think Purple Grape Mash number 3 is the only wine currently in production in Barovia.
Except we liberated that.
You did liberate
that
one,
and then
but,
one more beyond that as well.
Yes, but I think it's going to take a while before they recultivate and
right. But there's a third one.
Yes,
which
somewhere.
Maybe it's behind these bars. Crucible, we need to open this.
What's behind bars number 1?
I'm still explaining important things that Crucible. I just want to say.
Yes, you see everything.
Normally, I would not interrupt you and cut you off, but Dan will get mad if I don't mention this. Dan, or specifically Crucible, you sense movement, or I guess not sense, but see it. You see something kind of something moved in the bottom middle barrel. So that would be on the southern. Oh, I had to use the right thing in roll 20. You saw something move inside through a crack in the barrel.
I believe there may be something
south wall
alive in one of those barrels.
Should we throw something at it?
Cyrus says, very possible. Ravenloft, dangerous place. Wouldn't recommend going in there.
But I want to go in there. I stone is my thing, but barrels close second.
Cyrus just kind of shrugs and says, "It's a free country."
Is it? Is it?
I'll come and take a look at the mechanism.
Yeah.
In my perception as a servant of the evil master and the evil authoritarian government,
it's a free
country or else.
Country?
Yeah.
It's really more of a duchy.
I'm going to try and perceive a mechanism or some sort of catch.
Go for it, Lina.
Oh, that's a 13.
You take a look at it. It has not been maintained or used in probably decades, and is it is the whatever locking mechanism here is no longer functional. You do think that because it's no longer functional, nothing is keeping or aside from the weight of the gate itself, from some sturdy characters lifting the portcullis and holding it up while people scurried under it.
Can we potentially scare the... Oh, sorry. Sorry. I didn't realize that was...
I was just going to say Lina
please.
conveys this to everyone.
Okay, cool.
Conveyed.
Oh, we've got a portcullis in between us and whatever's in there. If we can get it angry and then lob things at it while it can't get to us, I like that. Rather than opening it and then it's a bad thing and then we die. Or potentially die. Although we haven't died yet, so...
That would never occur to Bruldish, I will tell you that.
Elavor started off by saying, can we throw something at it? So he's definitely wanting to do that.
It's a little awkward to throw something through a portcullis, but I mean, if you want to try it.
And sideways.
I'm on board.
Get your arm in and go.
Feel sidearm there.
Or we could just smash it.
The whole barrel?
I mean... She gestures vaguely.
One of the kinds of wine is literally called smash, right? Or mash.
Yeah.
Can I get a sense of how, if I sort of experimentally try to lift that gate?
Yeah, you want to give me a strength check?
Let's
I mean, I'm still on pony and hanging, sort of guarding our rear. But if help is required, I will dismount and come. And
I'll
you
give my first try is an 18, so we'll see how that goes.
You feel like you almost got it, but if you had some help, probably you'd do
Bruldish, lend me a hand over here.
All right, I will tromp up, and
Lina has her sword out, probably a lean.
Yeah, I have my. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So I get
are for purposes of things, are Aragal and Basilica nearby, or I don't know.
They're nearby. Yes,
they're nearby.
Should,
Okay.
They should always.
I don't know if they hang back or not.
Is Bruldish helping? I get an advantage on another chance.
Yep.
Okay, let's see how that goes.
I assume your strength is just the same as mine.
I rolled another crit. That's 23.
All right. It takes a little bit of work and it makes a horrible grinding noise, but you shove the portcullis up into the space where it slides in and out of, and it's relatively trivial at this point to kind of hold it in place there. Though I guess
could Lina jam something in a mechanism somewhere to to keep it up.
Can I have one of the magic axes?
Yeah.
These are not door
Plus
stops.
2.
They're magic axes
Yep.
that
Yes.
I gave you.
We're lousy with them, Tony.
Bruldish
Yeah,
just sort
so-
of gestures with her head toward the +2 magic great axe.
Yep, just wedges it.
It makes a good doorstop too.
This is why we can't have nice
Hold on,
things.
Oh,
got
is it
we've
not
got a
even? We can use the other one. Too.
we've got a Ming vase we can use on the other side.
Yeah. Before like ducking in, Lina says, "Aragal, why don't you talk to our guide?"
Don't kill him, please.
But
Ask him about the book you were reading.
Why don't you continue a conversation and let us know if he goes anywhere? Type of way.
Mhm.
All right. So is this enough that we can go in without
Yeah.
me having to hold it?
I think so.
All right. I'll pop
Yes,
in.
for the cost of 1 + 2 axe that you may or may not remember to recover.
Weren't using it. Follow
Mhm.
Bruldish down.
You can't take it with you.
That's not true. You can take it with you.
All right. Bruldish and I guess we'll check out this
Yep.
this barrel down here.
All right, Bruldish and Crucible, you approach the barrels. All of the barrels here are ancient, are rotted out. They're more like metal hoops that have heard about wood. They're not in great shape. There is no nothing that suggests that wine has been here in any recent amount of time. And as you approach the barrel, just making sure here, Bruldish and Crucible, you are approaching the barrel that you
Yep.
sense movement from.
Oh yeah.
I have my bow drawn.
Yeah,
All right. Well,
I've got my spear out.
the movement, the source of the movement moves. There's kind of the barrel. And this is one of those big, I imagine it's like 6 feet wide, kind of floor to ceiling kind of barrels, kind of rocks from side to side just a little bit.
Bruldish says, "Hello, is anybody in there?"
And
Bruldish,
from
no.
a large crack on the bottom of the barrel, a hideous black ooze just kind of slurps through and moves menacingly in your direction. I'm going to show you a picture of this creature.
Uh-oh.
I want you to understand that the picture of the creature shows something horrible happening to another monster, and so I want you to make sure that you don't get confused about which is the monster that
I
you're
had to do the
currently
same
dealing
thing.
with.
There was an
Yeah,
ooze
okay.
in my game, and I had to
Yes.
explain to my players, like, it's
Yeah,
not
black
the
pudding. Yeah, I had a
creature, it's the
feeling.
It's
creature
not-
on the creature.
It's not the orc-like creature in this art I'm showing you. It's the horrible black tar around the the orc. You are being attacked by a black pudding.
Yum.
Yeah.
But how about the rest of a full Irish breakfast?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Let me just add
Oh
that to
man,
the
now I'm
layer
hungry.
there.
Thanks.
All right, I am gonna roll initiative for the black pudding. I would encourage you all. This may be, a short, little excursion.
Because we're all going to
But I
die.
encourage you to. Well, no, because there's a lot of you, and it's one black pudding.
How are we going to split it 5 ways?
I don't know.
We
You two all
share
get to,
this
as-
in this party. We share.
we share.
We share
As the
pudding.
people who manage Argal and Vasilica and other ridiculous numbers of animals that you brought with you, you get to decide which of them are part of the battle or not.
No, Pony
I
is
don't-
going to hang out with
Yeah, I
Vasilka.
think Vasilka is back there.
Yeah, I think they're all, staying
chatting.
behind.
Samus is a fighter always.
All right.
Yeah. And Danu's probably just hiding in your coat as per
Yeah, I don't
usual.
have Danu summoned right now, in fact.
Okay.
All right. I see Elavor 17, Crucible 15, Lina 14. The Black Pudding, not the most dexterous of creatures, 13. Bruldish also 13, Imra 10, Argal 9, Vasilica 5.
So do I
Samus
get to
at
go
11.
Before it then? Or
Yeah, so it
Got
or what's your modifier?
plus 0.
It's modifiers -3. You get to go first. So this horrible kind of nightmarish, sticky black ooze menaces its way out of the barrel. I would, I'm not going to tell you how your characters react to certain things, but I think most people would not immediately try to negotiate with ooze. But
Hello there.
no.
What's your name?
Elavor, you're not most people, and you get to go first.
I am not most people, and in this case, I will not be. negotiating with this creature because I know of the evil of these creatures, or the hunger, I should say. It's not necessarily evil. So I'm going to create bonfire on it.
Excellent.
Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking fire.
So I need you to make a dexterity saving throw of 16 or face my fire.
Well, as previously mentioned, it's real bad at that. I have rolled a 13 minus 3 is 10, so I take 7 fire damage. Is that what's happening?
7 fire damage, yes.
Noted.
Let's be
Okay.
careful. We think that there might be something valuable in this room.
Yep.
This is true.
Yep.
Do you actually say that out loud so that
Yes.
Bruldish can hear it?
Yes. Whether Bruldish hears it is up to you. But she does
the words
say
have
it
been
like
said. The
Uh-huh.
words. Crucible, I believe you're
That's all
next.
for Elavor, yeah.
I will point 2 fingers at it, and a bolt of radiant energy heads in its direction. Could it make another dexterity saving throw? DC 16.
I fail spectacularly.
I will do some damage from this. Oh, that was a terrible roll, but I will also add my blessed strike onto it.
Now let me ask Crucible, because you are in proximity to the black pudding. What kind of attack was this?
I mean, it's a cantrip, but
Okay,
I didn't
it's a
make an
ranged
attack. I didn't make an attack. You rolled a saving throw.
You're right, but you were doing a ranged spell thingy to it.
Yes.
I'm just asking questions.
Okay. That is 10 radiant damage.
I know
All right.
why he's asking that.
Micah has joined the ranks of a dungeon master and has seen
Uh-huh.
all of the fun things behind the scenes. All right, Lina du Lina.
Lena's gonna scoot up and bring down her glowing blade upon this hateful beast. That's a crit fail.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Did you slip on some ooze?
Yeah, I think possibly. Or it's like the fire that's still kind of going.
Yeah.
You know, it can
Um,
still kind of like sway to one side and avoid things.
Yeah. Okay.
You
then
take
with
a
her-
nice sized chunk out of the barrel that it was hiding inside.
Yeah. So okay, but with her offhand,
Mm.
that's a 21. Okay, so that's 4 damage plus my sneak attack. Sorry, that's 5d6.
Oh my god.
5d6.
Okay, so that's 19 radiant damage.
NBD.
Sorry, no, not 19 radiant damage, just 19 magic damage.
Magic weapon damage. Okay. Now, Lina, you have closed with the black pudding, closed with the ooze, and are right up against it, and you are attacking it with what weapon do you hold in your offhand?
So that's my other magic
Your other magic
talking
thing.
sword.
Okay, yeah, because you have a lightsaber and then a talking sword.
No,
Yeah.
It's not the chattiest
no, it's
talking sword. It's
a
almost
sword
like
with feelings.
a sword with feelings.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
almost like the adventure had way too many sidekicks at that.
Yeah,
the
both
point you
of
discovered
my
it.
swords have feelings.
Yeah.
Which is probably
For each other?
therapy.
No, I mean,
Okay,
I mean-
I know. I kind of ship it. I kind of ship it.
I kind of
Oh,
yeah.
my
Also,
God.
I imagine like Lina is somebody who feelings and Lina are not always in the same
You
car.
you keep them buried deep.
Yeah, yeah.
You store your feelings in your swords.
Yeah, yeah. You bury your feelings deep, just like your dead relatives. So yeah. So the reason I ask is there is some bad news when somebody makes a melee attack on an ooze, or particularly this ooze. First off, you're gonna take 4 acid damage. Just like you chop it, and you get a good hack out of it, but some of the
Ooh.
black gross stuff like splashes in your direction, and you
Ugh.
take 4 damage. If you, the other stuff is moot because you were using a magic weapon. It's going to be real exciting when it's Bruldish's turn.
Bruldish is
Uh,
excited.
Well, I can also disengage and move away. And
good idea.
I am going to.
Yep. No reason not to.
Okay. Bruldish, I'm real excited to see what happens on your turn.
Okay, so I feel like Bruldish has fought ooze type creatures before. possibly even a black pudding. I can't remember specifically, but I'm just wondering, is this one of those creatures where if I do slashing damage to it, I'm worried it's going to turn into 2 oozes? And
do you want to do some kind of nature check or something to see if you remember that?
Wait, are oozes natural?
I don't know.
I was wondering that a minute ago.
They're like
Actually, I
nature's
should've-
puddles.
I should have actually asked what.
I think they're primordial.
That sounds right.
Jane,
Or aberration. Actually, oozes are oozes. I looked this up for something.
yeah, they are.
They are
yeah,
type
yeah,
of
oozes.
yeah. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, they
Is-
redid
is it-
them. Yeah.
Mhm.
Jane, did you do slashing damage?
Is
No,
magic
it was
damage still
piercing.
typed?
Piercing
Oh,
damage.
That's right. Mhm.
Well,
I'm going to roll.
something, Erica.
All right, I rolled a
Bruldish
9.
knowledge.
I don't know what I should be adding to it. If it's nature, that's -1. So
Let's just say you remember there's something about oozes that makes them tricky.
because my thought was that
Yeah.
Bruldish, because Bruldish is not smart, but the one thing that she's good at is fighting.
Yeah.
And her thought was, instead of slashing down with her sacred battle axe, instead she would turn it sideways and thwap it with the flat side, like hitting it with a spatula to do bludgeoning damage. This is Brudish's plan. So that's what she's gonna try. She doesn't know if it's gonna work. She doesn't know what's gonna happen.
All right.
I don't know how that's gonna work.
We should get
Yeah.
Bruldish a magic spatula, though. I'm just
Are
saying.
you asking any of these
Oh,
questions
yeah.
out loud, or is this all just in your head?
Just in my head as I
I'm gonna
Like-
say, Bruldish. I think I'm making up rules as we go, as I want
it's
to do
fun.
for years.
It's fun.
I think that if you're attacking something and you're using the axe sideways,
Yeah.
I think you get disadvantage. So
Yeah, that's totally fair because it's
yeah.
basically a different kind of weapon at that
Yep.
point. All right, so smashing down. I rolled a 5 and a 4, so I'm pretty sure, regardless, I don't hit.
You know what? Do some math there.
Okay. Do I get to add like my normal?
Yeah. Just-
Okay, my normal silvered battle axe. So that would be the lower one is a 12.
12 hits. The news. they're very easy to hit, people. It's
All right.
It's a big pool of a big black puddle. It's
All right. So obviously it's not
It
the
lives in a
slashing damage.
barrel.
Is it the same? Would you say it's the same
Yeah,
damage
just
die?
for the purposes of we'll say it's the same.
It would help if I picked up the right die instead of the higher one. Okay, so that is 9 bludgeoning damage.
9
So-
bludgeoning damage.
and-
I am also,
I would
before
like
you
to-
can even ask for
Okay.
it, Erica,
Uh-huh.
granting you inspiration.
Yay! I already had inspiration, but thank you. I hang
That's
on to
your-
it because
that's
I'm
on
afraid
you.
I'm just afraid I'm never going to get it again. But you've gotten much better at that, Tony. I will point that out. As I've been editing, I've noticed. So I would also point out that probably this means that Bruldish just gets splattered in the face with a whole bunch of goo, which I assume is going to
worst
do some
part of
damage. and that's
SeaWorld.
Okay, can I just
Fine.
say, it sucks that what Elavor knows is not the same as what Micah knows. And Tony, I feel like I deserve ghost inspiration for not saying what you're about to say next because
Do
it
we
breaks
now-
my soul.
Do we now reward you for, being a good person? It's not just enough to be a good person.
Only
Um,
heart
yes.
inspiration,
In
not real
D&D?
inspiration.
In D&D, you reward people for being good people,
That's
Tony.
Not
Yes,
not
that-
on my game.
Except
Player
Otherwise-
knowledge and character knowledge separation
Yeah.
is the skill that we all must learn when we cross that dark bridge into DM hood.
Yeah. See, remember, Micah, when you were just a player of
The
Dungeons and
darkest
Dragons,
bridge.
happy,
Yes.
carefree, talking to
Yes.
people you didn't remember the names of? Look at you now. Also, what specific thing am I forgetting that?
Oh, well, oh no. Nothing, Tony.
Okay.
Well played.
Hey.
Yes, never ask for homework.
All right. So, Erica, you just hit the thing.
Yep.
Did you tell me about damage? Did I already do that part?
I don't know if you did that part, but I did tell you about damage.
Okay, I think I did that
I
part.
think it was 9.
And then we had to discuss your damage because you're
Yeah.
gonna get splashed with acid damage.
Bruldish
you're
is like she's just
Yeah.
in Hela's name, Hela be praised. Woo!
You're gonna take 8 acid damage.
yes, I am. Mhm.
And I'm gonna ask, because I know you have so many axes. Is it possible?
Okay, you
That the
didn't
en-
forget, Tony.
All
This
right,
is-
all right. Just is it possible
Oh boy,
that
I know it's coming too.
You mentioned that it was silvered. but I think
Yep.
it's non-magical.
It is
Right?
non-magical. Yep.
And I think it's probably because it's an axe. It's made
Uh-huh.
of metal or wood.
Oh, it's metal. Yep.
I
know.
The-
I know.
It's happening.
Oh
Mike is
my
not the only
gosh.
one that can
It's
separate.
happening.
Okay, good.
Yeah, this just happens. This I don't have to roll anything for
This
it.
is starting to make me teary-eyed, so I'm glad
yeah.
you were already
I
prepared.
have. This is really sad for Bruldish. Everyone, I think this is just, this axe has been through a lot, and
Uh-huh.
unfortunately, it will never be the same.
Nope.
That axe takes a permanent -1 penalty to damage rolls because it is part of that axe has kind of corroded away from hitting a thing that's made of.
Really upset
know.
that Crucible did not know this ahead of time and would have used the magic weapon spell on the axe.
I mean, Bruldish could have too, but
Yeah.
she may have known something about like the splitting, but she certainly didn't know that.
Now I will tell you, it could be worse. The axe could be gone.
It's true.
But unfortunately, this is permanent, and I would say, maybe between adventures, somebody could reforge that axe. But this
At
is not
this moment,
This is not
Bruldish doesn't
Yeah.
even notice yet.
Oh, okay. You're right. It's just a little sharp.
We better
less
get
sharp.
that
All
plus
right.
2x in the way.
And honestly,
Yeah.
because she used it sideways to smash down, it's not like the edge has come off like you would expect. It's like the whole side of it is starting to slowly like eat away a little
Yeah.
bit, so it's become skinnier as an axe.
Mhm.
Mhm.
It's lighter. It won't be as heavy in your backpack. All right.
Yeah, 'cause
Anything
that
else,
matters.
Bruldish?
It'll
I
be a
don't
spear soon.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I got a
I
second
gave
attack.
you guys a magic spear, and you're not using it. So,
It's
Wait, the evil one?
well,
All right, Bruldish is
you people are so
attacking-
hard to shop for.
Okay, actually, I have a question.
Mm.
Does the permanent -1 thing happen after literally every attack, or is it after every turn?
You
Because
suspect every attack.
okay, well, I'm just trying to figure out. Okay, Bruldish probably wouldn't notice, so she would probably just attack again because
no.
she's just going smash, smash. So
All
that's
right.
what's happening.
That's what's happening.
This is it's sad, but it's also poignant
Yeah.
and beautiful, and that's what games all about.
axes
we love
are made
Bruldish.
to go out into the world and be used. This
As
is not
spatulas
this
to
is not an
destroy
axe.
oozes.
And
Are
in
you
some
sure?
ways, this axe has been both a blessing and a
And a-
burden because
Mhm.
she has found better axes, but she can't. She's so loyal
Mhm.
that
Question
she
is,
can't.
If it's
willingly-
-2, is she still gonna keep using it?
Yep.
Yes.
That's the
And
question.
depends
Of course she
what
will.
I don't know. Maybe
Uh-huh.
you'll talk to Hela someday. All right,
Anyway,
roll your attack with disadvantage. You'll probably hit because it's this
in Hela's name, does 11 hit?
11 hits. We have not discovered what the armor class of the ooze is.
How
but it
low
is.
rolled a-
can you go?
I rolled a 3 on the die, and I was hoping that would maybe
Yeah.
not hit. So, all right, that
An
would
ooze would make a great limbo pole.
be a 10, except we're now -1, so it becomes a 9.
All right. I will tell you.
Just making a note here.
The ooze has lost half of its hit points. It can't be. It doesn't have blood, but because then it would be a blood pudding. Anyway, I think it is finally the ooze's turn. Will the ooze get to go before the adventurers murder it? Yes. The ooze, I think, is going to reach out with a pseudopod and attack Bruldish because you are the person that has attacked it the most. Bruldish, just a quick question. I'm just taking a survey here. Do you wear magic or non-magical armor?
That's actually a good question, and I don't think it's magical. I don't think I
Okay.
have any particular
Well, that may or may not matter.
chainmail. It's just chainmail.
All right. I have rolled a 10 plus 5 is a 15, is not going to hit up Bruldish.
Nope.
So, a pseudopod kind of lashes out from the puddle, and you just kind of slap it away with your shield, I imagine.
Yeah.
All right. I think at this point it's just a question of will this creature get another turn? So let us continue. Samus want to bite an ooze?
No, Samus is going to ready an action
Okay.
if the ooze gets to where Elavor is right now.
Mhm.
Then
If the
Samus
ooze
will.
murders the 3 friends in front of Elavor and gets to Elavor.
Yes.
Samus will leap into action.
Exactly, with a claw.
Got it. Imra, you already had your bow out and an arrow notched and other archery words. What will you do?
The thing is, I don't think an arrow's going to do diddly.
It might do exactly diddly.
It might do
Diddly
exactly
squelch.
diddly. I have been sitting here this entire time debating using lightning lure.
What is that? Sounds cool.
I like the sound of it.
Cool spell.
So I can create a lash of lightning energy that strikes at the creature of my choice. If it fails a strength saving throw, it will be pulled 10 feet toward me, and then it will give it some lightning damage.
All right. Do you want to try that?
So if I pull it 10 feet toward me,
quick
'cause
question.
it's so
Oh,
Does that
big.
go
It's-
through
Crucible.
me?
It's
Yeah.
half the size now. It's a lot smaller.
I will tell. It's smaller. We'll say
Okay, so if I pull it like straight through,
you can pull it without
I can pull it without.
going through Crucible. I will tell you
Okay.
one of the main properties of the ooze is specifically that it can move through a space as narrow as 1 inch wide without squeezing.
Like an octopus.
It is amorphous. Yeah, it's basically like the jerk version of an octopus. It's like no eyes, no charisma, no tentacles, all squeezing.
I mean, it has charisma. It's just like the wrong kind.
It's an astopus.
Okay, so
Can we say that?
Hold on, I gotta hit the tape, the tape
Yeah.
delay.
No, we can't.
No, it's like a donkey. It's like donkey.
That's what I was going for.
Oh, okay.
Oh man, it was sad.
No,
that
it
Mike,
wasn't. You're a
playing
no-
it was
you're a
sad
naughty
that Micah
boy.
got canceled.
Yeah.
And this is why I was on that special episode with all the
Oh,
cursing.
man. Octopus
all
gate.
right,
Um,
all right. Roll a strength saving.
It's funny
throw
because
for
we
this
actually
thing.
smashed down an octopus cage again.
Oh, yeah.
Ah.
Amazingly, I have rolled a 22 on my strength check of this. It's very sticky. It's got a lot of traction, this black pudding. And so it's like, your lightning lure courses through it, but it holds fast to the barrel, which it's still kind of half in. Does anything happen on a save? Does any of the effect happen?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay.
I think that's all I can do.
All right.
Shoot.
Argal?
Argal
Lina,
passes.
Is Argal okay?
Yeah.
Argal just stands in the hallway and looks menacing in case Cyrus, who looks just generally bemused, tries to run away.
Yes.
Is Vasilika do something similar?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, back around to Elavor.
All right. It is time instead to, instead of using fire, I'm using something else. I need you to make
seen
this
fire
thing
and
might
I
have a
seen
high
rain.
constitution. A constitution saving throw of 16, please.
All right, I have rolled a 13 on Constitution saving throw, so that is mathematically
You-
less than 16.
Take 7 cold damage.
Now I'm just gonna check. Like a sheen of ice kind of quickly passes over the black pudding and then just kind of instantly has no effect, as if
Ah,
the black pudding is immune to cold damage.
dang it. I was trying not to start fires in here.
Yeah. Sometimes, you find
Sometimes you
out
just
what a
gotta
wine
start a
cellar is
fire.
vulnerable to and what a black pudding's vulnerable to.
You freeze around and find out.
Yeah. Crucible.
Oh my God. Sorry. I only now processed that because I was looking if I had a bonus action. That was
Oh, I'm
excellent.
sorry. I
And I
can
loved
even
it.
quickly, and I should let people tell me when they're actually done with their turn.
Well, and have jokes. Yeah, we just
oh.
need the jokes.
Yeah, just jokes. I have nothing else I can do.
Okay.
Crucibles. The Sacred Flame seemed to work okay last time. Let's do it again. Dexterity saving throw, DC 16.
All right. You know that this thing is bad at dexterity. I rolled a critical fail. So,
A -2 it got.
yep.
All right, let's see if we can roll better on
11.
damage this time. Not much. Oof, I'll use my Blessed Strike on top for an extra D8. Boy, those were bad rolls. That's 7 radiant damage.
All right. And these are not melee attacks, so you're not
Nope,
getting splashed
this is
with
just,
acid.
yep, zapping.
Lina.
Oh, wait,
assuming
before
Crucible's all
I...
done. Oh, before Lina, a thing.
Can I roll? Okay, I am I'm a cleric of the Forge, would my perception be good enough to pick up on the damage this is doing to Bruldish's axe? Would I notice that with my...
You are standing
I'm
right
standing
next-
right next to her.
I would say you don't even need to roll for that Crucible. I feel like things that are Forge related, I'm going to give you.
Okay,
because of
I'm
your
going to
backstory.
reach out and then
And also you have
say,
that other thing in your backstory where you know what buildings are for.
I was going to ask you about what this room is, what this room was built for.
You suspect that this room was originally constructed to hold wine.
Interesting. I like to see a room being put to its purpose.
Mm.
I'm going to reach out and gently touch. Let's see here. Yeah, I'll touch Bruldish's weapon and imbue it as a bonus action as a magic weapon,
Aw.
Okay. Oh.
and say, "Please allow me." Onutar.
Bruldish will probably
bless
thank you
your
after the
axe.
battle, but right now she's just like smash.
So it now has a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls, which means it's canceling out your damage penalty for the moment.
It's now it's a +0 magic.
No,
No, it's
magic
still
axe.
-1
I know.
because remember I did
Oh, you hit it twice.
two
It's a
attacks.
-1 magic axe.
It's a -1
oh,
magic
man.
axe.
I'd have to cast it
just
like a
imagine
way
you
higher spell slot.
That's fine.
Yeah.
to get rid of
totally
that.
fine.
I imagine you trying to like sell that as a used axe and be like -1.
Like
What
Bruldish
is
would
the
do that.
Lightly
What is
used.
the story here? Yeah. Lina.
Lena's gonna scoot up and take another swing. Acid damage be damned. That's a 15?
15 hits.
Okay. That is 13 radiant damage,
That is a lot of radiant damage.
followed by 19 radiant damage.
All right.
Nice.
So
That's why
you
bring
are
a
just
rogue.
stabbing it, and there's
Yeah.
just each time that your glowing magical swords plunge into the ooze, and it shudders, and it's a little bit smaller each time until you are just stabbing at air. Because you have defeated the black pudding. Now, let me tell you what I kept a straight face during, and I don't know if Micah knew this or not, but when somebody, we won't name names here, attempted to use lightning lure on a ooze, lightning damage, surprisingly, is one of the things that will cause an ooze to split into two.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, good thing then.
Yeah, just a little fun science fact for you there.
Who hasn't tried
all
to
right.
run an electric current through some ooze back in science
Right?
class?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, the ooze has been defeated, and as the ooze disappears or fades away, you notice maybe something. For Lina, Crucible, and Bruldish, you're right there next to the barrel. The ooze crawled out of something, maybe glinting. The barrel is not empty,
I would
even though the ooze is no
I would
more.
like to investigate.
All right, you want to give me a quick perception check?
Absolutely. That is a 16.
All right, let's see here.
Could this be the thing?
Lena holds up a finger and like jerks her head towards the direction of the hallway, like we're not alone.
Okay.
Oh, this barrel
point.
is empty.
Lena like
Nothing
gives-
here.
gives you
Bruldish
an
is
approving
confused.
nod, like you're like trying, you know?
Bruldish looks at the barrel, looks at Crucible, like very confused, and then looks at Lina, and then goes, It takes a
Bruldish
while.
is like, oh, you don't want him to say that there's.
Yeah.
So in the catching your eye in the barrel, at the bottom of the barrel, maybe a little tarnish, maybe a little bit of ooze elements on it, but not at all faded away by acid or the years, is a strange looks like a medallion or a charm. It's big. It probably wouldn't fit in the palm of your hand. It's kind of a circular metal disc with kind of sun-like little points sticking out of it, and a rather eye-catching red jewel in the middle of it.
Huh.
Bruldish doesn't say anything.
Can I?
She's very
what would
careful
it
to
take?
not say a thing.
What would it take to divine something more about its properties? I have an identify
I'll tell
spell.
you-
How about that?
Well, that would be great. the identify spell would be really good. I would tell you other things depending on different rolls you made, but
If
yeah.
we have, let's see, I can cast it as a ritual. So if we have a few minutes.
We'd have to distract what's his face for 10 minutes then.
Yeah.
Okay, I can cast it.
That's
as
fine.
I can also cast it and use it. It's a first
I'll
level
But we
go
spell.
could
have a
easily
10-minute
distract him.
conversation.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no,
Ellavor's got 10
I'm
minutes
sure
of
that
chat
we
in him.
can. I'm sure we
Not a
can
problem.
baffle him for 10 minutes while you do
Elavor
that.
will go out and they'll just start exchanging puns and it'll be fine.
Yes. Show us.
We can also ask him what's in all of these other rooms.
You could.
Mhm.
This is our TomTom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the youths, that was a GPS device before the age of telephones that tell us where to go.
I thought you were going to say before the age of telephones, like full stop.
Period.
And I was like, that's not true.
No.
Oh, you don't know about tom-toms from the 1800s? They were
Those
drums.
are
Cyrus
drums.
says
Yes,
go
you
left.
simply followed the sound of the drums and they would bring you
That's
up.
exactly what happens. Yeah.
Cyrus is easily distracted.
Yes.
Perfect.
Cyrus, if you want, do you want to ask Cyrus questions about what's going on in the other rooms?
I think, yes. We would love to know what is
Yeah,
going
why
on
not?
in the other rooms.
Yeah.
Let's just do a little bit of that because you might gain some useful information. What would you like to ask Cyrus?
Are you
about?
planning on killing him between now and the next time we play? Because we could always chat.
No,
We're
with him.
trying
but
to
I
distract
mean-
him for the 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's...
Well, Elavor says, so I met a ghost the other day here in the
yes,
castle.
yes.
That wasn't here.
Many-
it was somewhere else.
many-
Let me just tell you the
many-
story.
The master has many friends who
Stick around.
you know, maybe dearly departed, but not so dear.
Indeed. And this friend actually said that he had something for me. And it wasn't like a menacing, I got something for you. It was more like a, hey, there's something I'd like to give you. And he mentioned some crypts where his grave is. Have you heard of Piddlewick?
Piddlewick 1 or Piddlewick 2?
Well, the
So
original
many
the
Piddlewicks
OG
the master has.
Piddlewick.
I have not met him myself, but I've heard the stories.
Do you happen to know where he might be, or rather where his corpse might be located? Have you dusted around the crypts?
Cyrus does not go into the crypts. It's dirty there, and the master forbids it.
Oh, you're forbidden from entering the crypts. Well, do you know where the crypts are? Haven't been there. Have we been there
Cyrus
before?
knows his way around everywhere here. The crypts are down from here.
Got it. Well, I may,
But
if
sometimes-
if you've got some time.
Sometimes you have to go up to get down.
Oh, yeah, we've heard that. In fact,
Oh,
we've
God.
experienced it.
Would
Sometimes
Perhaps
you
I
just get
could-
stuck.
Do you need something to eat? The kitchens are just north of here, or I could show you to the guest chambers. I'm sure you're tired from your little wine adventure.
What's your favorite meal?
Cyrus likes stew,
What kind of stew?
whatever kind I have.
Ah, I just was sort of curious what the kitchen gets up to making. That's why I was wondering.
I mean,
Meanwhile,
I would love to see the map unfogged for no other reason than my own satisfaction, but that might be not the most
might do that
prudent
next time.
move.
Meanwhile, Crucible, while that conversation has been happening, I believe you have successfully done stuff.
So I've cast the Identify spell. You choose one object you must touch throughout the casting of the spell. If it's a magic item or some other magic imbued object, you learn its properties and how to use them, whether it requires attunement to use, and how many charges it has, if any. You learn whether any spells are affecting the item and what they are. If the item was created by a spell, you learn which spell created it.
All right.
Wow.
This object, which is indeed the object, one of the objects that you were prophesized to find that would be helpful in your campaign against Strahd von Zarovich, hidden here in a barrel beneath a black pudding in the larders of Il Oben, is the holy symbol of Ravenkind. And you know from casting this spell that this is a unique holy symbol sacred to the good-hearted faithful of Barovia, an object that, you know, it's not tied to any one religion or faith, but you know, it's just kind of a symbol of purity and goodness, a symbol of light in a land that does not know it, and a symbol that has been lost for generations. Though it looks just like a fancy platinum amulet shaped kind of like the sun with a shiny red crystal in the middle, you know that it is a holy symbol that could be wielded by a cleric or paladin prerequisite, good alignment, that has 10 charges. It recharges every day at dawn and under the light of the sun. And it has several powerful things that it can do related to, I'll just, without giving you the full text of them, or I can paste the full text of them into Roll20. But the skinny on it is those spells that it can do include hold vampires.
Ooh.
Nice.
Little specific, which allows you to attempt to basically paralyze a vampire for a minute. Turn undead, which it lets you, if you already have turn undead or turn the unholy, basically gives you an amped up version of this. And then its kind of big special ability, sunlight. As an action, you can spend 5 of the 10 charges while presenting the holy symbol to make it shed sunlight in a 30-foot radius. The light counts as sunlight, which I don't know if you remember from the Tome of Strahd and from other things you've learned about vampires. Kind of a big deal vis-a-vis vampires. And so this is where your quest has brought you, to the weird wine cellar. At one point you thought maybe this item would be at the winery itself. It was not, though you did many other good things for the people of Barovia. And you are one step closer in your campaign to take down Strahd von Zarovich, the Dark Master of Barovia itself, and that's worthy of commendation. Probably you'll do something foolish next time that will get you into further danger and disarray, but you have explored an important part of Castle Ravenloft and done so without dying. Congratulations!
So far.
Side
horrible
quest
fate
crossed
Yeah,
off.
side quest crossed off. What horrible fate will our adventurers find next time? Will they go to the crypts? Will they have to go up a giant tower to get to the crypts first, even though the crypts are down? We don't know. Is the Cyrus Bellevue guy on the up and up? Probably not. For answers to questions, not those ones, but such as these, tune in next time to Total Party Kill.
The Incomparable Podcast Network. Become a member and support this show today. theincomparable.com/members